welcome to my bench. Today we have back the old Yaesu FT-101. Not an A, not a B, not an E, not an EZ, or any of those, just a straight 101. This is the one that I fixed in a video a few months ago, and the guy loved it and was working it and having a good time with it, and he said all of a sudden smoke started coming out of the back of it. So he sent it back to me and or brought it back to me, and I turned it on and checked it out, and everything was just fine for quite a while until I put it on transmit and just had a little bit of audio going into it, and so it was, you know, just a little sideband audio, putting out maybe 10 watts, maybe 5 watts, somewhere around there. But after about a half an hour, smoke started pouring out of it. And back here. And I know the smell of a smoking transformer when I smell it. So he got a transformer for it, and I'm going to replace it. I said, you know, it would be really nice if I could get online and see how you're really supposed to do this. And well, there ain't none. I checked online, I checked on YouTube, I checked everywhere, and there's no instructions on how to change the transformer on one of these things. So I thought maybe I'd just do this and see how that worked for a video. I started to tear it apart already, and as you can see, and I thought, you know, why not? Let's just do this. So here we are. There's nothing on this side of the transformer to mess with. It is all down here. Oof. First of all, you take lots of pictures. I already took some pictures of it, and if we look, see if I can get this down in here good enough. You know, if we look in here in the transformer area, first thing you have to do is make sure that you have it set up for your voltage. There's what is there? There's 110 volts, 100 volts, 117 volts, 110 volts. Anyway, they're all marked on the side of the transformer. The 117 here and the 117 back here in the back go together and are attached to the fuse. There's a couple of wires here that are attached to 0, and there's a wire jumper that goes across from one side to the other here. The other side has a lot of wires on it that are all attached to the back. Whoops, come on, focus, 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 focus. Attached to the back where the transformers are for power regulation back here. So in order to get this thing out, you have to take off all the wires, unscrew 4 screws from over on this side over here, and I think, I don't know for sure, it still won't come out because it's attached to this thing back here. I think the problem with this one was it was the high voltage was smoking on it. That was the problem. That's why it wouldn't smoke when it was in receive. It did just fine, but boy, when you put it in transmit after about 10 minutes, she let out some definite magic smoke. So I think if we take these guys out, these guys out here, no, not there, just these two, and these. Oh, how many of those come out. What I'm trying to do is get this whole cage out of here. All of those, all 4 of those come out right here. So let's see if that will release the cage enough for me to sort of finagle this thing out of here a little bit. These guys are all soldered right to the connections. If you look back here, these are all soldered to the connections on the transistors. So, and these are screwed on. I've already taken some pictures. And I don't know if those go to the transformer or not. Well, we'll find out. Anyway, so I know I have to take out long screwdriver bit. So I'm going to be doing this along with you. I don't really know what I'm doing here. But in the book of famous last words, how hard can it be? Alright. These guys here. Probably did that wrong. I probably should have taken the bottom ones out first. The goal here is to try to do this without tearing the whole blinking animal apart. Let's see if I can get... No. Well, no. What else is under there? Oops. Well, something went pop. I just pushed harder. See, I don't know what is attached down here and what isn't. So let's see. Oh, nothing else is attached to there. I don't think. What about this little... Oh, those wires. Alright, so that wire goes to the 117 volts. And that wire is attached to the thing itself. Okay. Alright, so that's not. Big white wire. Woo. And the black wire. One of the problems with this thing is it's so blinking heavy to hold up. Let's see. Yeah. This little board here would help a lot if I could get that out of there, I think. Yeah, long size screwdriver, of course. Where's my little extension? This is not going to be pretty, ladies and germs, at all. Like I said, I have never done this before, so I don't really know. I just want to get it out far enough to get the get the wires off the transformer. Also into a place where I can see where the wires to the transformer go. That would be very nice. The new transformer I got has the wires on it. Okay, picture time. So we got to take this resistor off of here. And we got to take this capacitor. Go off of here. Okay. Well, that seems to have gotten us a little bit farther. Now what? Alright. There's that wire. Okay. So that wire does not go across, it goes up onto the plug, so I got to take that wire off. Wow. I need some more light in this place. That might help a little bit. Or not. So that goes down there. Way down there. What else is hanging us up here? Wow. Okay. Ay. That wire goes to there, so that isn't it. What else? What's connected over here, and why is it not letting go? Ay. Well, I wonder. If I take that power plug out, because, well, let's see. You can't see a whole lot of this, but I'm trying to. Let's see. There's a big white wire. Is that one that goes to here? Can't see it. Yeah, there's a big white wire that goes to there. So take a picture of that. Take the wire off of the collector of the transformer, or the transistor here. very nicely put on there with what do you call it? Loctite. I love it. Okay. I understand why, I guess. What size are you? Are you this size? Or are you metric? No, you're neither. You're that size, okay. Put you over there with you. And you. And we'll take this guy off too. I don't really see the little wires on here going to the transformer. I don't think that's going to be it. Okay. All right. Where's my little plastic thingy? My isolation ring. Alright, so there's those two are out, and that's a red one and a white one. I don't. Yeah, that's definitely that. Oh, can you see any of this? I'm hoping. I'm going to take the power jack off of here, because I think it'll give me a little room to get inside. Yeah. Wow. I think this is going to be fun to put back in again. Maybe not so much. I can get my finger in there. Alright, so there's the power jack. And where did you fall down into? I'll shake you out later. Alright, so yep, that is... Okay, there's a capacitor hooked to that going to ground. And this big old hole. Suppose if I get one of these out of here, there. It'll make it easier getting the rest out. There's a white one. There's a red one. Where's the red one? The blue one goes to the power. Try very hard not to break off that capacitor. Okay. Alright, so there's those. Any more luck? Well, it's getting farther with each thing. Now what? Alright, so it is attached to the power plug here too. So that would be the blue ones. So if we slide it all back in again, get the power plug out of the way a little bit. Whew. Oh, this is just fun. So what do we got? We got this big black one. Uh-oh, there's a little black one that broke off down here. I don't know where it went. We might have to do a little tracing. I don't know where it went. We'll have to find out. Alright, there's a little red one here that has to come off. Wow. But right now, the great big black one has to come off of there, and that's going to be fun. There's a little black one over here that is attached to it. Pictures. Forgot. Pictures first. Okay. Okay, so that black one and that little black one have to all have to come off of there. Okay. Man, it is tight in here, let me tell you. There's a little black one that's just not playing well with others. They use this one spot on this transformer as a gathering place for all black wires. Love it when they do that. So there's two big black ones. Fortunately, or unfortunately, or however you look at it, so you went up there. Okay, now I know where that little one went. They did not wrap these all wonderfully inside of little hoops and hooks and loops, because that would have been awful. They're just sort of tacked on there. And here's a big fat red one. Sometimes I wish I had a gun, a soldering gun. But then on the other hand, no, because this would probably melt a lot of other things in here as I was trying to get into it. Okay, there's that capacitor. 2.2 microfarad, 150 volts. I do believe. There, whoops. There's the big white one is off. What else? Bunch of little ones now. Hopefully There's a great big red one down there. But is that the great big red one that goes to here? That will come out with it or not? Yeah, maybe. Ugh. Well, let's see what pulls now. Ugh. Aha. Well, not aha. What have we got? Well, we got that capacitor. Really, folks? Really? What is that? 0.001 at 150 volts. That's going to get cut off for right now. Okay. That could have to be replaced. So now what's holding me up? I just want to get this out far enough so what is stretched tight here? The blue one. Blue one? Oh, yeah. A blue one. And it goes up to there. First of all, we got to get rid of that. There's a little piece of rubber or plastic locking these all together. So it's almost impossible to see what you're doing because all the big wires are bundled together here. Wow, okay. Oh, fun. That big blue one goes up to the switch. I'm not worried about that. That goes to there. Okay, there is a blue one here that goes to the transformer, and it is tight. So, I wonder. This thing was not made in this particular place to be worked on. And I gotta say, I'm not sure I'd ever want to do this again. Alright. Okay. Okay, that blue one's off. And that is attached right to the transformer, so let's see if that got us anywhere. Well, maybe. I don't know. There's could get into there, I don't know. There is that silly thing, which I need to cut off. Do not cut through other wires while I'm doing it. Why did they go through all the trouble of wrapping some little piece of plastic around those two wires just to make life miserable for you? Okay, so there's a green wire. Alright, some of these I can actually get off of here. So there's a green wire coming out of the transformer and a yellow wire, and of course they go right over to the transistors. So we gotta take those off of there too. I did not think this was going to happen, but I think I'm good there. Alright, and there, okay. Alright, there's the green wire and the yellow wire. Okay, those are good. Save these little guys. I got a red wire that goes to somewhere. That's got to come off. It's strung tight as a bowstring at this point. And that blue wire, I swear I already took that off. Did I not? Yeah, I did. However, onto the little blue wire is attached a little white wire. I think I got the right one. I don't know. We'll find out. Is this the right one? No. Of course not. Two blue wires. That's nice of them. Might have to put that other blue wire back on there. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, that blue wire. All right. There we go. We got mostly out. All we got left is these guys. And those guys. And that little ground guy. And these guys. Now some of these just go right into the transformer. So I need something to set this on. Right now we'll just use you. Okay. Putting a lot of strain on the poor little wires, I'll tell you. Alright, so I got to disconnect all of these guys here. And yeah. Okay, that's a ground wire. Okay, so we got to go through and disconnect all of these guys from this little board too. Whew. Okay, well, taking a break. Okay, well, I looked at all of this here, and I have a choice. There's the semi-new transformer, and I think what I'm going to end up doing here, because this one doesn't have long enough wires on it to get to where it needs to go on that little board, and I'm just going to have to J-hook or butt splice these guys together with what's already on here. And fortunately, all of the color codes are the same. Thank goodness. So basically, I'm just going to hack all these off. This here part's scary. I'm going to just hack all these parts off. This part, this little one here, goes over to 240. Okay. So we'll take him off of here. Yeah, we'll take him off of here. Okay, he goes to 240, and we'll get rid of this stupid little sleeve. I'll put a piece of heat shrink back on here. But right now I can't actually see what I'm doing inside of that clump of wires, because they got white ones and then they got white ones with stripes. Faded yellow ones. Come on. There. Alright. So we got this red and white one that goes up there. That one will be long enough. Okay, that purple, white. There's another one. Another red and white that goes to the other side of the 240. So it can do here. Okay. And they're AC, so they're all the same color. And then the rest of these are all hardwired into the transformer, so we will cut those like, give myself a little extra room on the ends of these. Those are, I swear those are both brown. I wonder if they're connected together. That is not a brown I've ever seen before. But they are identical colors. So we're just going to have to hope for the best. Alright, is that everybody's disconnected from the old one? I think. Yeah. Alright, there we go. Whew. That's fun. Okay, so those guys are both 240. Right there. That's my little ground wire. This guy here went to this guy here. So first thing we got to do is transfer a couple of wires from this one. This went to, let's see, this went to 117. Okay. David, you gotta let the solder harden up first. Ow. Ow. Okay. So the two zeros are connected. 117 to 117. So how did that work? This is where you go back to your pictures. And hope you took enough. Okay, so that 117. So that was a resistor. 0 goes to 0. Oh no. I took 1,000 pictures. And we may still have to go. Because that darn resistor's in the way. Yeah, we're going to have to go look at the schematic on this. Alright, well, so this one was on 117 also. He goes down to there. And then my 0 to 0 is already on here. Okay. Now I need this red one. Which goes up to the transistors. There's a huge blob of solder on it. Wow. Okay. Come on. My soldering iron's at 700 degrees. Trying to keep up with this. And it's the biggest tip I have. Okay. That one goes on 9.5 volts. Over here, with this capacitor. Okay. So this goes here. Ooh, that's hot. like that. And then this goes, we're going to actually stick it down the hole here. Oh, maybe. Okay. And then that comes back over to the 9.5 of this guy. Right there. Tack him on for now, just so he stays out of the way. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is not something I'd ever want to do again. Why would you have... I don't know. Okay. That guy, I'm done with. Alright. So this 117 volts went to there, that went to there. I got this white one, which is attached to what? Oh, it goes through there. So the white one that goes right to the transformer. That one is attached to right next to the, so the white was attached to the 117 volts. Wow. There's a red one. Okay, so that goes over there. That goes there. Which way am I facing here? So that's going to be 0 volts. That's going to be, well, shucks. These things are not actually lining up very well. Because, oh yeah, they are. So let's see. One 117, 0, 100, 110, and 117 there. So I got purple one, white one, a yellow one, which goes up to here, and that is on the old guy here. So I gotta chop him off, and a green one. Alright. Okay. Get the little box of the stuff. Heat shrink. Gonna use yellow because, hey, that's what they used. This is just fun. Good. And green. Make sure it's green, gray, brown, red, purple, greenish. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. That one's good. Still got to find the schematic for the power regulator. Okay, I'm going to put this guy down here too. This blue one. I'm sorry you can't see some of this stuff. I really am. Alright, that red one is done. These guys are done. Alright, so now we have to find the power supply, man, or wherever the power supply is. Okay, I found the schematic over here, and this explains a bunch of it. This part that we're having troubles with is the DC to AC converter, and it's kind of an interesting design. So I found that the collectors here of the transistors go across the 9.5 volts. So does the this capacitor here, which I checked and it's good. So they go up through that hole to over here. The rest of these wires connect to different voltages. These guys, these are 1.5 volts AC, and they go up to the base of these guys. And then the emitters go out here and here. Yeah, over to the power plug on pins 1 and 5. Is that right? 5 and whoops, 5 and 1. Yeah. Follow this over. My eyes are getting crossed. No, the emitter from this one comes from that little board and goes over to 6. Yep, and the emitter of this transistor, Q2, goes over to 5. So there's 6 and 5 on there. Whew. Okay. And the rest of these are color-coded, so I should be able to just match these up. This here's a job, let me tell you. I'm going to have a little bit longer than necessary, I guess, on some of these wires, but I'd rather have that than too short. I want to get down on there. There you go. And you. We want to do about as much of this as we can do before we try to shove this thing back into the hole, because there's almost no room to work in there. So let's take the white one first. And put that in finger burn position number 1. Because I guarantee this is going to hurt. Yep. Leave you down here because you're going to get in the way. Purple seems to be about right here. And get the rest of these out of the way. And yes, I know I'm butt splicing these guys together. I'm sorry. I just did not have enough to work with coming out of here. And then these brown guys, what are they? The brown guys doesn't give you color codes, but the brown guys go to AC 105 or 10.5. I think it's 105. Where'd my little light go? So the brown guys go to AC 105 volts. Where is that on here? Or is that 10.5? That must be 10.5. It's just they're not real good at putting a dot. Yeah, it's 10.5. So AC 10.5 volts on those little guys. So they don't have to be in any particular order. That's nice of them. That was clever. Glad that one's not on. Make sure that's good. It is. And then this little short one, of course. This is what I was given to work with. That one needs some more solder. You can get out of the way for a minute. Need to cut that one off a little. Okay, and there's that one. All right. All these little guys up here, like that. White to white, purple to purple, brown to brown, brown to brown, green to green, white, yellow to yellow. Just checking. Okay. Alright. So those guys are hooked up. This black one is right. These two are good, and those two are good. Alright, this one, that goes to the 240 volt. See, now I understand how this works. These are two separate primary windings in here. That's why they're jumped across to each other. Now it all makes sense. Okay, so the 240 volt ones go onto the other side of the transformer. Or do they? No, they don't. Their 240 volts is right here and here. So there's a slightly longer one and a slightly shorter one. So here's the slightly longer one. Well, am I glad I found that schematic, because I wasn't thinking of this as a dual primary. As a result, it kind of didn't make a lot of sense, but now I understand. There's one, and no, there's not one. We gotta get these out of the way. I just pulled it loose because it was hot. Okay. Shoot. not the most heat-resistant wire coating in the world on this thing, and it pulled right back on me from the heat. Okay, there's that, and there's that. And the other 240 is right there. Yep, that's on there. Alright, so it's all of those guys wired up. Now we got the primary side to do. And the primary side, we've got 0 goes to 0 and also goes to a plug in the back. What plug? Oh, the fan plug. I think that's the fan plug. Yep, that's the fan plug. Okay. We can trace that out. So the primary side of this guy has 120 volts and 240 volts. And those are all in these guys. Okay, so this primary side goes up to the power plug for 117. This is marked at 100, but this is from Japan. It goes over to pin 4. And the ground side goes through to the fuse. Okay. And then that goes to pin 3. Okay. Alright. So the AC line comes in pin 1, which we haven't done anything with, and 1 and 8. No. 4 and 2. Okay. Alright, so where does this go? This would go to the 117 volt tap. Okay, so this thing, so the 117 and 117. So the 117s are tied together. They're not that way. That must be the one that went up front. Oh, soldering weapon. Okay. So the 117s are tied together and the zeros are tied together. See, I pulled this big white one off. It was confusing me. This big white one is that big white one. Okay. And this black one. Oh no, the black one goes in there someplace. Okay, so now this whole mess gets turned around and smashed up in here like it was meant to be there, we hope. And that's the black ground and that guy there. That guy there. Alright. I wonder if we can get these guys kind of pulled through here first. That would make life a small bit easier. Only see with one eye where I'm trying to get to, so my depth perception is kind of really screwed up here. And I'm talking to you with a flashlight in my mouth. And there's that one. Okay. So now we need this big white one. More or less. And the big red one. Gotta get you out of the way a little bit. Boy. They didn't give you much to work with here. If anybody's got a better way of doing this, I would love to hear it. 'Cause I gotta tell you, what I'm doing here is a pain. Because the wires aren't quite long enough. By just a little bit. I'm sorry you can't see this, because there's really no way I can do it on camera. Other than what we're doing right now. So, come on, baby, get through there. Well, mostly left a little rubber part behind, but okay. Okay. Woo! I hope I can get to the rest of it from the top. I really, really do. So, whoops, don't do that. Matter of fact, I'm going to put one screw. I'm going to put one screw in here so this thing doesn't fall out and ruin my day. I think this is the right screw. Come on. Now it's not going to fall out of there, rip all the wires off, and ruin my day. Okay, so we have this little board. Okay, this capacitor's got to get out of the way. And what is hanging you up here? I don't know. This guy is not helping at all. There. Get out from in the way. Okay. Looks reasonable. Let's see if we can get this started here. And of course it's non-magnetic. It would be. I don't know if you can see any of this that I'm doing, but it is a pain. Is that the right screw? Maybe. Here, we'll use this wire to hold it in. How's that? And go against my rules. Use my good little Phillips just because I can sort of get it in there. No, right there. Thank you. Start, darn you. Don't tell me you're the wrong screw. I don't think so. I think that's all I got. Those are all the same. There's three of them. I don't know why there's three of them. There's one. Oh, it's funny. And no, do not fall down in there. Crap. Oh, boy. Oh, howdy. Okay. Here's my little extension. Okay, that's in there. That's in there. Not exactly routed the way it was before, but hey, it's going to have to live with it. Okay, so now we got to get the that is not actually going to come out of there, is it? No. Okay. So this guy, move that capacitor. Put him back in there like that. Get it out of the way. And this guy here. Alright, so we've got this blue one. And the black one, which is part of that mass. So we got the white one and the red one. Yeah, why did not actually run that the right way. But I think that'll work there. Okay. Okay, so we got that guy and that capacitor down there on the bottom. Capacitor on the bottom. I did take pictures of that, I know I did. So that one goes from there. Okay, so this resistor goes over to there. So this resistor goes down here. Oh, let's do the cap first. The cap moves to where? That capacitor, it goes over to here. Well, it has to go there. That's the only place for it to go. And according to my picture, this has a wire, a resistor, and that capacitor coming off of it. So what is that? That's a 10. That's an 01, whatever that means. It is 470 microfarads at 25 volts. So where are you on the schematic? let's see, there's that silly little board. And it has on it right, right there, nowhere near the board, but inside the thing. So that capacitor basically just goes across that 220 ohm 3 watt resistor. Is that what that is? 223 watt. Okay. Okay. So you can be, and probably work, if I remember correctly, attached right to there. Yep. And you, according to the pictures, were attached right to there. They're kind of tucked out of the way. Now, I got the blue one that comes off of the emitter of the transistor. Goes where? No. Okay, so we got the 9.5 volts goes to there through that capacitor, and 9.5 volts goes to there, to that, to that collector, which is those guys, and then we got the emitter goes to a little wire that goes in this bundle. I got some more wires stuffed down in here that I can't really get to. Like this one. You got a little red wire. Where do you go? Where do you end up at? We'll have to trace you down. Oh, I have got to clean these things. They're getting to the point where I can't see anything. Oh, goodness, I can see. Alright, so where do you go? Are you attached to the plug? Or to something else? Get you out of the way. Alright, you go off in a bundle of wires to somewhere. Okay. Wow, okay. You red. Okay. Because I gotta trace you guys down anyway. Is that the one that goes over to the fan? I don't know, maybe. Let's find out. All right, there you go. No, no. No. No, darn it. How about over to this plug? So you go over to pin either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pin 8 of that plug or pin 4 of that plug. So that is the accessory plug, and I do not know does that go to 0 off of 0 volts? Oh, okay. Pin 4 of J4. All right. So that little guy goes to 0 between the 240s. Okay. Gotcha. Alright. So you go to right there. Is that it? Where'd my mouse go? Oh, here. Yeah, that's the only thing that's on there. So we can slobber you on there. That's good. My other 240s. My other 240s went over to that little board. Okay, so there's a 240. It goes on the white. Okay, right. They go to that little board, and that one goes over to the accessory plug, which must need to be plugged in for this thing to work. Like that. Okay, and then this black one that comes off of pin. Boy, I don't know what the numbers are on these things. These two big black wires, and they come off of pin up and down number 2. So is that going to be 0 volts? No, that goes through the fuse. That's 117. And it goes up to pin 4 of this plug. And pin 4 of this plug, I can't, if they were numbered. Alright, so no, pin 4 of this plug is there. So this thing goes to pin 7. So 1, 4, 7, and 10. Okay. So pin 7, that's all chassis ground. Okay. But what were you attached to? Well, maybe my pictures will show me that, I hope. So they're attached to, that thing is supposed to be attached to the 0 between the 9.5 volts, which is ground. Aha. Okay. Alright, so you then, everybody out of the pool, and you get attached to. Ooh. There. Okay. Trying to get my extra length of wire out of the way here. I told you that was going to be a problem. Because there just ain't no room. Other than the couple of little breaks that I've taken to get my head on straight, this video is more or less like a stream of consciousness video. It's haven't really stopped it, so you get to see all of the fun parts. Okay, we definitely want to make sure that this is not. Alright, so how am I going to, and where is it at? So I only got one of these little guys, these little plates. Where's the other one? I do not know. Okay, so that guy just screws right down the chassis ground. Those guys are good. Where in das World did it go? Well, this isn't making me happy at all. Missing one of these. This is what holds that power plug in the back, the power connector. And it does not appear to be here. Okay. I'm taking another brain break. Okay, so let's continue. Every once in a while I gotta take a little break. I've been trying to contemplate how I'm going to put this. I found it. This. I found this. And I've been trying to contemplate how I'm going to do this. Well, I think I got some nail polish here. I'm going to put a little dab of nail polish on the corners, and I'm going to try and stick it on there and hold it like that. And where is my forceps? And squish it down. Squish it down with forceps. Let that sit and dry for a minute. And do the same thing to this one, although this one's on the top, so it shouldn't be quite so hard, but still, and I think I have another little set of forceps here I can use to squish that down. Okay. Let's see if that hardens up any. My only other problem is I'm missing one of these. I have no idea where it went. I can't find it. I found this other little guy floating around inside of here, and I just I don't know where the other one went. If I don't find it, it's not going to stop us exactly, because I can always hook it up to the other side. But this thing is just for DC to AC converter, and we're not even running off of DC, so it won't come into play. But I've got to get it right, man. I don't have any of these guys, these little isolators here. We still have a couple more wires to connect. We got this one, which I believe goes over to the fan. I think this white one, or this little white one goes to the fan. We'll figure that out while our stuff dries here. No. No, so that doesn't go to the fan. Does this go to the fan? Yeah, this little white one goes to the fan. This one here goes to pin something on this. Here. This goes over to that little capacitor and that thing, and pin 4. Pin 4 of my connector. So pin 4 of the connector goes to my 117 volts, to the 117 volts. Correct. Pin 4 goes over 117 volts. And there should be a little jumper on the 117 volts. Yeah, it's going over to there. So this guy here goes to 117 volts. Come on. Right there. In the schematic it's at 100 volts, but that's just because it's drawn for. Alright, and then this guy that goes to the fan, there should be a couple of them down here. Okay, this guy that goes to the fan, it goes Yeah, right to 0. 117 volt 0, and that is right there. Okay, and the other side of the fan goes to 100. So the other side of the fan, which is what wire where? Right there. Okay, so, okay, I see how they did it. It didn't look right. It would work this way, but it didn't look right. So, well, no, that would work. Because I got a wire 117 jumping over to the other 117. Correct, I think. Alright, so this 117, this comes off of pin 4 and that capacitor. Alright. Right. Yeah, pin 4 goes to that capacitor, which goes up to ground. Correct? And 117 volts. And then that comes down to the other 117 volts. That's our jumper, and then we go to pin 2 of the fan, and then the other side of the fan. So pin 2 of the fan. How do you know which one's which? Sometimes they mark them, sometimes they don't. Wow. Did they mark it on here? Of course not. Okay. So, well, so the other side of the fan, it won't make any difference. It's a 110 volt fan. So, let's see. This side here goes, just making sure, because I'd hate to blow this thing up. Okay, so that goes there. That goes there. So the bottom one, this one should be ground. It is. Oh, we got lucky. And this one goes to my 117 volts. Is right there. So I have two things on 107, well, a total of three things on 117 volts: the jumper, the fan, and the thing coming from 4. Okay, that's correct. Alright, and then I need coming off of pin 3, which is my fuse, goes to 0, so there's 2 jumpers to 0, so that I go to the end of the fuse. Goes to the 0 section. Right. Okay. Interestingly enough, I ran out of wires. This comes from there. Is that 3? That's 1. No. So this goes to one side of the fuse. That's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, I think, and then that makes this over here. So much crap on it, I can't tell. We still got a couple that are not connected to anything. We got this blue set with the white wire, and that big blue wire goes to somewhere. Don't know. We'll figure that out in a minute. So I just need a jumper between here and 0. So I need a jumper between here and 0. Right. Phew. I didn't actually end up with any more wire. Ah. So we have to get some. Let's see if we can maintain color code here. I got some really pain in the neck wire. Teflon coated stuff. I just didn't quite get it back together exactly the way they had it, but it's not going to hurt anything. Oh, that's hot. Okay. And then chop that off there. And back. That ain't gonna work right. Let's get another piece here. There we go. Plain old white wire. Good enough. I saved the wire out of my out of power supplies when I trash them. Comes in really handy. Okay. course, that's hot. Okay. And this goes to this goes to 0. Yes. And we'll get that out of the way. So that's our fused. That's good. Okay, so is that... I still have this little ground guy that needs to be put over here. And that little ground guy that needs to be put there. So this little ground here can go pull him through there like he was. Not quite like he was. This was grounded right to there. It wouldn't really make that big of a... Let's chop off a little bit of that. That's going to get in the way. Okay. And we will put you right down there with the rest of your brethren. Oh, that's horrible. Of course, when you hold on to a piece of wire with a pair of pliers, the pliers make a pretty good heat sink. Just saying. Alright, so that's good. That's fine. That's ugly, but that's okay. Make sure that that is not in any way, shape, or form going to touch that. It's not. Okay. Alright. Alright, and then we still have this blue wire here that goes someplace. That blue wire here goes to this white wire, and that white wire, well, it's not white, it's white and green, which is that one. It goes into this mess here, and it goes over to EM. Oh, it's nice, they don't bother to mark them. Okay, EM. Straight off the plug, and that is pin, God, Okay, I got to get rid of these things. I hope the glue is set by now. It appears to be. Not. And the one that I needed did not fall off, the one that fell off. Okay. Well, that was a thought. Okay, so this one. Okay, so 3. Before you fall off of the inside. Okay, so that idea didn't work. 3, 6, 9, 12. So that's pin 6 and pin 9. So we got pin 6 goes right over to the emitter, and pin 9 goes to 12.6 volts. So that is that. Okay. So that is that, right there. That is the coming off the transformer at 12.6 volts. So that should be basically shorted to chassis at this point. Maybe. Might not be enough to read. No, it's not. Does that have anything else on it? No. But that is the one. That blue one that came off that transformer, right? I think so. No, that's the blue one that goes to the emitter of that transistor. And there's the black one that goes to the emitter of the transistor. So, that means this goes to 6. All right. So this one goes to 6. And there should be a little wire. Is there a little wire coming off of there that goes over to this board? Yes, okay. It goes to the board to unmarked. All right, so that makes sense. All right. Jeez. Sheesh, Louise. Normally, well, nowadays anyway, the schematics are quite a bit better than this. They'll give you actual whole numbers on boards where this one doesn't. All right, so this goes to 6. Good. Now what goes to 9? 9 goes to one of the wires of the transformer, but I don't have any more wires in this transformer. All it goes to is 12.6 volts. .6 volts AC. So that is Because I don't have any more, do I? I got this little ground wire here. But that ain't it. Because I had those other wires, and there ain't no 12.6 volts coming out of this one because I ran out of wires. So no. 10.5, 9.5, 10.5, 12.6 going to 9. See, I never heated that up. That never had anything on it. Okay. I do believe. Yeah, that's never been touched. Okay, so this didn't have 12.6 volts on the output. Okay, so how are we going to do this? Well, let's try another approach. Tape. See if I can tape this little guy on here. I mean, I don't really care. Oops, wrong way. If the tape falls off inside. Okay. Well, that might work. Let's find out. I hate working with non-magnetic screws, and there's really no reason for it. Not in a situation like this. All right. Those might not be the right screws. Yeah, they have to be the right screws, don't they? Yep, those are the right screws. It's just going to mess with my brain. Aha! Son of a gun. That worked quite well. That worked great, actually. I'm surprised. Other tip. Okay. And this guy I can actually get to. Yeah. Not magnetic, David. Probably, if I'd have been smart, put tape on this top one too, because, well, that part is magnetic. How do you like that? Because it's being a pain. Where did you go? Right there. Alright, so maybe like this, where I can sort of finagle it around a little bit. No. Remember I said this was going to be the easy one? Yeah, right. There's actually little screws here on the holding this plug together that are kind of getting in the way. That might do it. No, that won't do it. There's one. There's two. Phew. God. Perfect-ish. All right. So the only other thing I got left really to do is I got to put this little ground wire here over to there, and I'm going to do that with a little piece of black solid because I can make it work easier. Wow, that's not solid. Okay, well, good, fine. Getting sick of burning my fingers today. Let's strip the other side of this first. Yee, ouch. What did I say about burning my fingers? Well, I'm beginning to see why nobody has put up a video doing this, because it is a serious pain in the Batista, I'm telling you. This transformer was not really meant to be changed. I do not believe. Too much junk on the bench. Gotta get some of this to go away. Can't even see anything anymore. find anything either. Well, now the only other thing I got left is that little cap right there going to ground. I'm going to see I'm going to take this guy up to 800, which should burn the living crap out of the tip, and see if I can get this to take. I mean, this is going right to the chassis. Well, 800 melts solder in a hurry. Yep, got it. All right. All right, thank you, Heiko. I appreciate having that 800 position. All right, so now let us turn everybody around here a little bit. We got to get these guys on now. Let's look at the picture. So which way was it? So the blue one had the green one and the white one. So this blue one had green and white. Okay. So okay, well, so it's the next day. I gave up last night. I said, been too much. And I started thinking about it, and you know that 12 volts is kind of necessary. Kind of really necessary because it's the filament voltage. It goes through and it through the plug and it and the switch. So when you got the AC plug in, so we gotta extend. I dug through here as far as I could, and it's right here, and it's too short, of course. So we gotta get its little rubber boot off of it. Come on, little rubber boot. It doesn't want to come off. Thank you very much. The little rubber boot goes over where it plugs onto the thing there. So we're going to solder on another piece of blue wire. That's the big blue wire that came out of the transformer, and it's been cut down too short, of course. So we're going to solder on a little piece to it. Wow. You gotta love it when everything is so short. To take these things out of the old transformers, out of the old machines to sell them, please, 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 don't make them so short that you have to extend every single wire. I suppose it's okay. Well, extending the wire is not a big deal. I don't really care about that. It's just getting hold of them is a big deal. Just trying to find them in there. So Why did I just put this away? So we got another little yeller. Will this little yeller piece fit over here? No, I need bigger yeller pieces. I need this one. Okay. Put some heat shrink on that. A good selection of heat shrink is something that everybody should have in their collection of stuff. Okay. And turn on the heaty thing. That's good. Take their little rubber piece here. This little rubber piece that they use to actually go onto the connector back here is a little bit heavier duty than the than heat shrink, so that's why I'm using it. Okay, so this goes to pin 9 or 11, I forget which it is, 6, 7, 8, 9, I believe. Alright, and that's on there. I cannot get this one to move. It won't move. It's just got too much stuff in it. Okay, so it's just going to have to live the way it is. Alright, so my filament voltage is back on. So I'll tell you what, let's just go for broke here. Put the dim bulb tester on test. We don't need, I still haven't been able to find that thing, the little what do you call it, the little insulator for that transistor, but since we're not doing this DC, I don't really have to worry about that right now. I'll find one or order one or make one or do something, I don't know. Anyhow, let's see, here is our F connector. Motorola's on. Dim bulb's on. Okay, my here is off. Filaments is off. This is on. Turn you down. Turn your AF up a little bit so that if I get noise, I'll know it. Turn you on. We're in test. So, here we go. Coming up. Watch my current. Current looks good. We got some audio. 21 watts. Current is next to nothing. Cool. Bulb is lit a little bit. I got a 40-watt bulb in there. Alright. Well, we have audio. We got audio. We're on generator. Where am I at? 14200. I'm on AM. Generator output. Aha, well, that's a hell of a lot of signal. There's 12, there's 3.7 microvolts. There's 1.2. There's 0.37 microvolts with the RF gain wide open. So far, so good. Alright, here we go. We're going to turn on the heaters. We went up to 95, 96 watts. Heaters are lit. Got that wire right. All right. Oh, dead on frequency too. We're on 200. Let's see, 14,200. Let's go to receive. Cut this down. Hit the mux button. And here we go. See what happens. Give it a little bit of power. Oh, there's 2.5, 3.5. Tune her up a little bit. It's 8 watts. Down here, I don't know if you can see this power meter or not. Probably not very well. Tune it up. There's 20 watts. Okay, let's turn it off. Wow. Holy smoke. Let's turn my radio on over here. I don't see any smoke yet. So we want 14,200. We'll just go for AM right now. And we'll use my microphone for this thing. We'll do AM because it's the easiest. And we'll see if we got any audio. Mic level 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4. Wow. Okay. Well, we got some audio. Let's go to sideband, upper sideband. 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Ah. Well, it's beat frequency, but there we go. About 1.2 off. Hey, it needs a little bit of a tune-up, but we have receive, we have transmit, we don't have smoke. Oh, turn off the filaments, turn this off. Okay, put this down here. Wow. Okay, well, turn you off just so I don't short anything out. Well, it looks like we did it. It looks like we actually got this thing. It looks like we actually got this thing, replaced the transformer. Now all I got to do is give it a little alignment, make sure everything is good with it, make sure it puts out its 100 watts, put it on transmit for a while and see how it smokes or not, and find that stupid insulator. That's the other thing I got to do. Anyhow, I think that did it. I think we got it. That was a job, and I'm not sure I ever want to do that again. That was way too much. But we replaced the transformer in an FT101. Wow. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you made it all the way through this video, that's kind of special. Thank you very much. And don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Till next time.